Keir Starmer now says he's the guy that's going to control our borders. The same Keir Starmer that decriminalised illegal immigration, has prioritised illegals over our own good people, has thrown them into hotels and generally prioritised them for housing as well, and wanted to make sure that anyone who spoke out against illegal immigration was called far right and put in prison. But now suddenly he's all for it. He also says that those arriving in our country should speak English. Maybe he could go to Birmingham or Bradford or Luton or Leicester or any other of his voting areas and say that, because none of them will understand a bloody word.
Katie Hopkins just unleashed a truth bomb on Keir Starmer that's shaking up the entire political world, and it's anything but boring. This isn't your typical dull political debate. It's savage roast packed with razor-sharp wit and jaw-dropping zingers that have everyone gasping. If you think politics is snoozeville, think again. This showdown is pure wildfire, setting the internet on fire with every word. Ready for the most unexpected, hilarious takedown of the year. You absolutely can't miss this.
Keir here, my director of strategy, who's a right ginger, has said that I should explain our new policy on migration very simply. So before, we loved illegals. We couldn't get enough of illegals. Illegals, come, welcome. I helped bring them in. I put them in hotels. I also love a Rwandan. I love me a stubby Rwandan. In fact, I love all illegals because they are the ones that vote for us. So if you go to any of the Labour strongholds, Luton, Leicester, Birmingham, Bradford, all you'll find is Muslims, and we can buy their vote for 20 quid. But then we got beaten by reform. So now we say, we cannot stand illegals. We are the ones that will control the border. You can trust us. We will stop them coming.
Keir Starmer, the man who somehow manages to look both confused and exhausted simultaneously, as if he just woke up in a library he didn't remember entering, just received a political wedgie of epic proportions, courtesy of none other than Katie Hopkins. Yes, Hopkins, who storms into political discourse like a flamethrower at a snowflake convention, decided to take a verbal sledgehammer to Starr's credibility. And his reaction, oh, it was glorious. Imagine a deer caught in headlights, while simultaneously trying to make sense of a confusing Excel spreadsheet labeled public opinion. Chaos, confusion, classic Keir. A leadership moment brought to you by panic.
Here's the thing, Keir. I've had a thought that fixes a lot of your problems. So, you're looking to put boots on the ground in Ukraine, specifically Kyiv. I thought, why don't you get all the people that had a Ukraine flag on their social media profile? Obviously, they had to take down their NHS one and their LGBTQ one to put up the Ukraine one. But those people, and the people who took in a Ukrainian into their homes like a little pet, you know, just for Christmas. The people that are like, oh yeah, we've got one. Yeah, we've got a Ukrainian family. Yeah. We've got a Ukrainian family, yeah, because we're a better kind of person.
Starmer has spent the better part of the last year trying to convince Britain that he's a real person with actual opinions, rather than a political hologram generated by focus groups. The jury's still out on that one. 1 minute, he's swearing undying loyalty to Brexit, like it's a beloved childhood pet. And then next, he's nervously tinkering with trade deals, like an anxious intern pitching PowerPoint slides to a room full of uninterested houseplants. And just when it looks like he's finally grown a spine, we find out it was merely on loan from a wandering Lib Dem with buyer's remorse.
Comrades, my name is Keir Starmer, and I'm here to fuck the foundations. When I became your Prime Minister, not only did I get new hair and glasses provided by a donor who now has full access to 10 Downing Street and my bedroom, we were promised 3 things. Number 1, we would be fully costed and fully funded. We're so fully funded and fully costed, we're essentially just like Katie Price, or HS2, or the public sector in Argentina pre-Milei, depending on your sense of humour. In order to make the £22 billion hole in the budget even worse, we have spunked a whole bunch of cash at train drivers and junior doctors. This guarantees 2 things. Number 1.
So enter Katie Hopkins bulldozing. Through the political fog, like a GPS uns with no filter and a megaphone strapped to its hood, she took one look at Keir Starmer's carefully curated public persona, that fragile blend of bureaucratic authority and the emotional charisma of a wilting lettuce leaf, and decided it was time for a brutal reality check. With her trademark bluntness and unapologetic delivery, Hopkins held Starmer's image up to the harsh light of public scrutiny. Therasalt, it melted faster than a wax figure on a tanning bed during a heatwave, exposing just how flimsy and performative his leadership act really is.
Keir Starmer has been in Italy with Meloni. So you've got a left-wing, radical left-wing human rights guy over with what would be labelled as far-right Meloni in Italy. Now, I appreciate many of you will know much of this already, but it bears repeating at some level. Firstly, Meloni has been very successful at getting migrant numbers down. She's done that by, number one, hitting where they leave. So Tunisia, Egypt, Libya, she's making deals with those guys to stop the boats.
While Keir's out there hosting press conferences that feel like uncomfortable dinner parties where no one wants to bring up Brexit, Katie pulls no punches. She has the uncanny ability to slice through Starmer's non-committal mumbling with the precision of someone who's been waiting all week to deliver a scathing TripAdvisor review. Only, instead of a hotel, it's the Labour Party's leadership, and she's giving it 1 star and a stern warning. Let's talk about his economic vision. If you can call squinting into the void and hoping it looks like a policy, a vision. Starmer spent months trailing behind the Conservatives like a confused dog at Crofts, sniffing around their fiscal policies and occasionally barking something about responsibility. Meanwhile, Katie came along and said, "What exactly are you responsible for, K, other than turning Labour into a political S?"
Keir Starmer having an affair with his voice coach. I know, dog. I know. Disbelief. I mean, I think we all have some questions, don't we? Question 1. Why do guys always have affairs with people that look exactly like the wife they already had? I mean, if you've already got that wife, what's the point of having an affair with another woman who looks exactly the same as the wife that you apparently don't want? Why not pick someone, you know, super exciting, maybe with massive boobs, or a lady from another continent with an enormous bottom? I mean, just something completely different to what you've already got. Why are you still shopping in the same supermarket?
Every time Starmer talks about growth, economists across the UK groan like they've just been asked to explain how spoons work. His strategy appears to be hoping the economy grows out of sheer boredom. Productivity, innovation, investment. He's got a spreadsheet for everything except actual plans. It's like watching someone try to start a car with a spoon. They're enthusiastic but tragically under-equipped. Then there's the small matter of immigration. Starmer has been playing hopscotch in this topic, like he's dodging invisible landmines. He's simultaneously trying to please the left, appease the right, and confuse everyone in between. The end result, a policy position that makes lukewarm porridge seem bold. Katie, unsurprisingly, called this out with the subtlety of a flying brick, wondering aloud whether Keir's plan was to install revolving doors at the border just to keep everyone equally unsatisfied.
Keir Starmer says he's going to have a peace talk for Ukraine. Peace talks for Ukraine. Oh, yes, I'm going to have peace talks. Yeah, so what did you do for the last 3 years? Oh, yeah, bugger all. And now Trump's coming to fix the problem, and you want some of his success? Please, you're like a tick on a bloody dog. The last time the EU leaders were together, they took their jackets off in solidarity with Zelensky. Oh, do you think he'll take me up the ass? We've never seen anything this gay since the last time, I don't know.
And you can't ignore his painfully rehearsed speeches. Every time he delivers a line, it's like watching a malfunctioning Siri read a press release. You get the feeling he rehearses in front of a mirror, then apologizes to the mirror for wasting its time. His charisma sits somewhere between an expired battery and a polite sneeze. Katie Hopkins saw this and decided to become the brutally honest theatre critic to his one-man performance of Keir, a memoir in monotone. She's out there asking the toe questions, like why Starmer keeps mistaking caution for leadership, or why he thinks answering every question with, "We'll look into it," is a strategy. And not just a political shrug in a suit, Starmer's stance on law and order is another gem. He talks tough, well, tough in the same way a toddler talks tough about broccoli. But his track record as director of public prosecutions is filled with more footnotes than action. And when Katie points this out, it's not with some dense policy argument. No, she cuts straight to the chase. If Keir's brand is safety and stability, then where's the evidence? All we've seen is more promises than a gym membership in January.